You're listening to Productivity Monsters in the Morning. We are the energy volt your real estate business needs to get you up and out and excited and productive for the day. We go over trending topics and things that really matter in the market of the moment. Here are your hosts, Tiffany Hampton and Brooke Silva.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Festive.
Oh,
look.
They match. Did you plan that?
No, and then, like, when you like things just show up at your, like, I get little gifts from all the people we get to help, and I would rather get something silly like this. These are gifts. Both of these things were gifts. One was from mortgage and Lord, I don't remember, but I love when you love things. Like this showed up the other day with from an anonymous person because I'm a Jeep person. I have a Wrangler, right? Just love that little things show up. Just shows that I'm bringing some value to people.
I used to work with the team. And if you didn't watch all of the Star Wars, you weren't even considered for the team.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's I grew up with it. I wouldn't say I'm like a Star Wars freak, but Mandalorian, probably one of my favorite series to hit the it's the only thing I ever stayed up for, because if you know me, you know that the second the TV goes on, I pass out. It's like a huge joke in my family. We share rooms when we have to travel for work. Mm-hmm. Put the TV on and I will say goodnight and I'll be out. Like I don't even make it through the opening credits. It could be 3:00 in the afternoon. There's something about the TV that puts me even in the movie theaters out. It's a joke. My family is like, oh, you want to go to the movies and take a nap? I'm like, sure.
I know. I'm wicked excited. Avatar comes out on Friday. Avatar 2. Wicked excited. It's the only movie that I sat in and never blinked. Like never moved, never blinked, the best. And we have IMAX up here. So I'm like, yes, and yes.
We have IMAX near us. You know what? That was one of the first movies I took my oldest to. He was still young when it came out and he didn't get up once either. Like I was like, I'm going to pee in my pants. Is there an intermission? We're going on like hours here.
And then I took him to Disney and we went on the Avatar ride, and it was the best ride in all of Disney, in my opinion. So yes.
Aww, that's
so I missed it this year because we did not go for Thanksgiving. So I might have to do something for April.
Do a quick, you know what? Pull him from school. Do a long weekend.
Yeah.
Hit the parks. Come home. You'll be great.
All right.
Well, we've got a fun topic today. I know we've got a fun topic today, and this is one where I don't think it's just new agents that struggle with this. I think all agents struggle with this because what happens is we hear a lot of verbal vomit about the agent and not a lot about the client. And today's topic is defining your value as a realtor or a realtor. Realtor. I love all the ways it's said around here.
I will stick with realtor.
It's realtor. Yeah, that's how there's no extra in it. Realtor. No.
Realtor. My favorite. Realtor. 2 syllables. Only 2 syllables.
Realtor. What are you doing in Massachusetts? I'm a realtor.
Our affirmation is, I help my clients by listening to their needs. And we've been talking a lot about needs in general, right? We've been listening to the membership economy. And you would think like the membership economy, like Netflix, right? Hulu, Paramount, these are all membership type things, but that's not the type of membership we're talking about. We're talking about value, who we are as humans, what we care about.
Right? Who are the super users in our world, right? Because there is going to be raving fans in our world. And, they also talked in that book on membership economy, they talk about like AARP and places like Weight Watchers and how they failed miserably in their first online attempt to create a community for people. And I love this book. And if you haven't picked it up, it's in our show notes. I think I'm on my 3rd time listening to it and following along in the book, and it blows my mind every time because it's just such simple things. Having a value proposition is not about how many houses you've sold. It is not about how many deals you've been a part of or what you know. Yes, knowing your community is important. Knowing your numbers is important. But at the end of the day, the agent who leans into their community and their clients is the one that's always going to win, because you really have to do and be all about the person in front of you's needs, not your own.
Yeah. And, you know, I mean, look at Peloton. That's a community in relationship, although they're going through a little icky right now. But when you look at just a little bit, but then there's apps that we all belong to. Look at Facebook.
Biggest community in the world, right? Between that, Instagram, all those places, it's a community. And I'm a Pello person, right? Like I belong to 2 Peloton groups, 2, right? Like, and those are the Facebook groups. And like, if they haven't seen me on and they're like, we haven't seen you ride, where you been?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
well, and I think that's where you nailed it right there, right? When you're part of a community and you have a value proposition and our community for real estate is buying, selling, and investing. When you have those conversations and people tell you their goals, it's more important, in my opinion, to stay in touch with them to help and support them in reaching their goals than it is just to sell them a house.
So important. And everyone brings value to a relationship. It can't be one-sided, right? Like I can't just help you into the home of your dreams. I want to make sure that what you do in your world, how can my world also support your world? Some of the best friends I've made in life are from business transactions. Mm-hmm. And I never thought I would live in a world where the people I did business with would become friends. Like, go out to eat friends. Our kids know one another friends. But some of the transactions we've had, those people will be in my life forever. I know their goals. They come to my husband when there's someone they need in the community. Like it's such a cool conversation to have and be like, you know, part of the value proposition of working with the agent is that they have a large community of givers. Let me show you what that looks like, right? You're going to take and give and take and give and take. Yeah. And that's your value proposition, because nobody comes into this. Very rarely do people go to college and come out and they're a realtor.
Yeah.
Right. It just doesn't happen.
I know of one in my life.
I know of one in my life as well. But they still had jobs while in high school.
Absolutely.
It wasn't their first and only job in this world. So it's interesting. And, you know, like I've heard you in this coaching world where you said to them, well, besides money, why did you get into this?
Right. Right. And, you know, when you look at that, there's profit. Business is for profit.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships, right? Relationships move you towards your personal goals. So it's not really about the money. Yes, it is about profit, and every business is out there to make profit. It's about changing people's lives. Like when you change people's lives, change enough. I mean, I know many people have said it. I don't know who the original source is. When you change enough lives, your life changes and you get what you desire in your life.
You absolutely do. You know, and it's funny. I was having this conversation with someone yesterday about community and value and what I bring. And they were having a little bit of imposter syndrome that maybe their name wasn't big enough for what we do. And going into my role, it was never about being a celebrity or celebrity, as we call them, right? It was never about making sure my name was top billing. And there's a lot of people in our world who are about that. So when we were talking about value proposition and this person said to me, I don't have the following. And I was like, but you do. And you just don't, you're looking at numbers instead of the amount of people who value you.
Right.
Right? Like, I don't care about how many followers are in a Facebook group, right? Like, you know what I care about? Creating communities where people can learn, they can grow, and they give back to the communities with value and take when they need it. And that's why I'm in this. And it was a great conversation with this person. And they were like, you know what? Yeah, I don't need to be a messiah. Like, I don't need to be a saint in this. I don't need, people following me dumb and blind and like just going off, because they think I'm the best thing. I just want to change. I just want to help people change their lives and have better businesses.
Yeah.
And
at the end of the day, when you look at, it's changing one person's life at a time, because 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8,
Yep.
like the multiplier effect.
It's funny. It's the first, when we needed people, when I was at the market center, one of the things we did was we always posted a job internally. If somebody needed someone, if an agent was looking to hire an admin, marketing, do things, the first thing we did was we posted it internally, because some of the best people to ever come to our world were through our clients. Mm-hmm. So one of the value propositions of working with us is that when there's an opportunity, we will share it with our community and say, hey, who do you know who may be looking for a change? We have 2 agents looking for admins, and, give info, who to reach out to. You never know who's looking to make a change or who has someone in their life looking to make a change. And most of the people that came to that world were clients, or they knew the clients and were referred in because we posted those jobs to her and we emailed them out. It was so fascinating. We never had to put it on Indeed, Craigslist, or advertise.
Yeah. It's the membership economy.
It is.
Right? So when you're thinking about building a value proposition, it's not I sell real estate.
Mm-mm.
What have you done in your past lives? What are your passionate, what are you passionate about? What are you looking to deliver for value, right? That's what your value proposition should be. And it should be an elevator speech, right? It could be said in 3 seconds while you're going up an elevator. 30 seconds.
Could be, here's what I offer when we're not together. Here are the tools and the tech I have to make sure that even when we're not together, you have access to the resources and information you want. I've got tech at every step to either help you make what you need to make or save you money in the long run. And I have a community of people around us and a team that supports us. Even when you're a solo agent, you do have a team at the Market Center and in your coaching communities to support you.
And you're emotionally attached to the outcome. My goal is to come in with a level head, unattached emotionally, and ask you great questions to make sure that you're getting the results and the desires, and the purchase that you make is what you desire it to be.
And I love that. So my tech coaching action for you guys is kind of 2-way. It's, if you don't have a listing and buyer's presentation, dip into Command. There's one pre-made. Use it. All you have to do is flip all your information in and out. Don't worry about the pages with the CMAs, right? Those you can get from Cloud or Toolkit CMA. Like, don't worry about those. Delete those pages. But make them client focused. Make it all about them, their wants and needs, and their end goal. You're part of it. And if you watch how KW writes theirs, your part is at the end. Mm-hmm. Right? Because you are the listing presentation. You are the buyer's presentation. You need to get the most understanding of your client and take the time to get to understand what they need and want out of this and what their goals are. Forward. And then at the end, by the way, here's how I deliver on what you're looking for. And take notes. So many agents are afraid to take notes during the process. I write all over things whenever I'm meeting with people, like pages of notes, because I will forget things and I want to make sure I remember what's important.
Well, and if you look at how the presentations are built, they're all question based, and they're all around, feature and benefits. What features do you desire? What's important about those features? What's the benefit?
And that's why it's also so important to use the tools. So at KW, we have a robust consumer platform But when your clients are logged into the app, they may say one thing to you, but they're searching, and the way they're looking for properties may say something very different about what they truly desire, right? Maybe they don't know to say to you because the relationship isn't there yet, that they really do desire a home with something, or how important it is. Like, you know, they said no to splits, but yeah, every house they seem to pull in is a split, right? Like, or they don't want a ranch, and all of a sudden they're ending up on ranches because they love the layouts. Like, you never know what the people need. So we have to rely on the tools. We have to bring so much value. And then I'll add this last thing. As we go into the new year, we get a lot of agents like to talk about their year in review. I'm going to ask you to stop coming from it with how many houses you sold, and come at it as how many people did you help last year? What would the conversations look like if you highlighted the people you helped home instead of how much money you made or how many units sold? What a difference.
Well, and if you read my bio, it said throughout my career, I've helped thousands of families, right?
Because you've been doing this since you were born.
I haven't sold thousands of houses. I've worked on supporting people to change their lives with a very good investment in their world.
Oh, I love that. Let's get back to being people focused and human beings first, building relationships, because that's where the value lies every single day, is in those relationships.
100%. All right.
Going off with a happy productivity monsters in the morning today.
No negativity. I did not have to bring it negative. I love it.
I'm so proud of you. No. I'm rubbing off on you. Here, have some of my happy, crazy.
Yes. All right, my friend. Till tomorrow.
Have a fabulous day, guys.
Bye.